It's Re-Up Alex.
It's Bimo.
This is Nate.
I'm Sput.
Ghost Note.
And this is the Re-Up Podcast.
Step back, doors closing.
This is actually our first band. We only have 2 members of Ghost Note here, but very excited. They have a show at the Hamilton tonight in Washington, D.C. This episode is very special because they're going to run us through their process of especially performance, what inspires them, a little bit of info on travel and keeping a band together, which I think is very important, a little bit of go-go influence and what they think of the classic DC genre. And other than that, just kind of giving a little intro on how they got here, where they're going next, and what you can expect for tonight. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
All right, Nate, Sput, welcome to the Re-Up Podcast.
All right.
Man, thanks for having
us.
What's up, fellas?
What up?
How y'all feeling? Just came in. You guys got a show at the Hamilton, Washington, D.C. tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how's the tour been?
It's been pretty good.
They good.
Yeah.
Yeah, why'd y'all look at each other in the spot?
It's tour life.
You know, it's true. Like,
yeah,
it's, like it's, you could. I mean, it's the good come with the bad come with the
Man,
good.
I mean, the spectrum of we look at each other because it's like the spectrum of what you experience. We started off the tour. Man, how long we've been touring this record? About a year.
Yeah, it's
and
been a year.
maybe a little longer. And
Sheesh.
I guess some of the highlights are like something from opening up for Hiromi at Fuji Rock.
Okay.
In front of like almost 16 or 17,000 packed people.
Crazy people.
Yeah.
Going
Like
crazy.
going nuts over funk, which is crazy.
Really?
Yeah. So like playing
Japanese though.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
That has to be said. Like
That's fine.
Japanese.
I mean, I
people
hope they
going
got
crazy over
Fuji Rock.
funk.
Yeah.
No, it was,
Okay, I get what you're saying.
and you know what? And I almost forgot. And that was broadcasted worldwide on Amazon,
Oh, sheesh.
Amazon Prime. So like if you had a subscription to that, you could watch and tune in. And it was like maybe Fuji Rock is I think like 3 or 4 days,
Okay.
and each day they had 5 to 7 artists that they would broadcast, and we were one of them. So it was like such a cool experience that they chose us as well. And the reach was great for us. So it's like that, and then we also played like this tiny little Italian bar in Italy. And I'm telling you, when I say tiny, the stage is smaller than where we are
Are
right
you
now.
serious?
We couldn't get on the stage.
Y'all got a big band, too.
Yeah,
We had to have put the horns like off stage somewhere. And
I
Have
sat
a play from the
down.
bathroom.
took the table out. Yeah, it was crazy.
I was a congero that night. It was congas only.
Really?
Yeah, I swear.
Wow. Have we talked to many touring musicians?
Butcher Brown.
Okay.
that's
Different
fine.
But
members.
currently on tour?
No.
See, I couldn't imagine.
Kalen Ellis.
Okay, true.
He was on tour.
That's just one guy.
That's just one guy, but he's a multi-instrumental.
You guys are traveling with a whole bunch of dudes
Yeah.
around the world.
Yeah, oh yeah.
8 to 9 of us at times.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I mean, give us a taste of that tour life, because like we've talked to musicians, we talked about musicality before, but talk about like, does it get dull? Do you get like repetitive? Does it get like, I'm over this? And
I
then
mean,
how
the
do
things
you?
that get dull are like, all right, lobby calls at 8 a.m. and we got to the hotel at 4, you
Yeah.
know, and,
Yeah.
and get in the van and everyone keep a positive spirit, which actually we're very fortunate that the whole band it's like good vibes.
Okay, cool.
And there's always laughter and people keeping the mood light.
It's never a dull moment.
Right.
I can tell you that.
Well, let me be
but-
more specific. I meant like on stage.
No,
No.
hell no.
Really?
It's I mean, like, if you guys should come to the show tonight, by the way.
Okay.
We got you.
Yeah,
if
let's
you
wrap
want
up.
to come. But the thing is, when you see I mean, from night to night, like we're traveling. When he said we're lucky, we're blessed. We really are.
Yeah.
Because probably some of the most high level musicians and artists you can ask for in a band.
Right.
You know, they all multitask. They all can sing and play, write, producers in their own right, and they've worked with everybody that you can think of, imaginable. And we all got them in a situation that we call our band. And so when you have that kind of thing going on from night to night, the anticipation level is crazy, because you're like, whose night is it gonna be tonight? Who's gonna do something crazy tonight to spark the show? I mean, to take us in directions that we don't normally go. And I mean, it's incredible to watch as a band leader, but also as a fan of the people that you're playing with and making music with on a regular basis. It's dope to watch everybody do their thing and change the format of the show in simple ways, you know.
Okay, I see what you're driving at. Yeah. It's just kind of like it's like the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It's not regular season games.
Yeah, who's gonna take the ball?
Right. Whose night is it gonna be?
Who night? Yeah.
Okay.
Showing up, but everybody shows up. But it's like who
going for 50?
Who going hot?
Yeah, I got you. Okay,
yeah, that kind of thing. But
okay,
but it's so. I mean, like the talent is so broad between the guys. It's like, and everybody know their lanes so well, and they know how to if the ship shifts, if it moves, everybody knows directly what part of the ship to get on or to get to.
So that takes skill.
Yeah.
That takes like learned skill.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And experience.
Yeah. It's definitely a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, I mean, it's even like more. It's the interaction and the ability to listen and play with others.
Okay.
And that's not something you can sit in your room and practice and study and become like a virtuoso at. It's like the real experience of following a band leader and also supporting a lead vocalist that we have now, or a soloist, or just, like he said, making a left or a right turn, with the snap of a finger, because that's why I don't think there's a dull moment for us, is because what Sput and I try and lay down as like the foundation is like, this is a space where we want to feature you as a musician.
I get it. I'm getting it. Getting it.
And play the music.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I listened, of course, because I'm a good journalist. I listened, and I was like, damn, these dudes clean. Super clean.
Appreciate it.
And I guess maybe me and Elaine should come to the show tonight, because I would love to see the difference between, positively in a good way, difference between the records that I'm hearing and how you guys perform in real life. And you caught me in a weird time in my life. Have you ever heard of this band called the Red Hot Chili Peppers? You ever heard of these people? You ever heard of these dudes before? I think it's like a combination of like hyper focusing on black culture as a young person and my age. I missed them. So I just found the
Blood
Red Hot
Sugar
Chili
Sex
Peppers.
Magic or what?
Man, actually, it was an episode of Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix. They did the music video for Can't Stop. It was like a puppeteer commercial, and I heard it, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm deep diving, right? Because I'm a nerd about it. So I'm deep diving, and I find that one of their inspirations is a punk band from L.A. called The Germs. And I hear Flea, the bass player, he says, the first time I heard John Coltrane, I had this buzz in my body. Like the first time I had heard perfect music. He said the second time he heard that was listening to The Germs. So I played it. It's just the grimiest, nastiest punk, just imperfect, just disgusting. It's like the exact opposite of John Coltrane. And so when I was listening to you guys, I was like, I wonder how y'all feel about dirt and grime and like the opposite of the clean sound that you're feeling. How do you feel that fits into musicality as a whole?
I mean,
and that's why I want to come see y'all tonight, because does it get dirty? Does it get a little... Okay.
I mean, if you don't have dirt, we can't make people's faces change.
That's true.
I mean, it's stinky.
Yeah.
It's funky.
That's right.
It's funky.
Yeah.
So you can't have funk. You can't have none of that stuff without dirt and grit and the grime. I mean, like we started as just me and him as a duo with Snarky Puppy, and we were just the rhythms. We was just the drummers, and
right.
Snarky, he's the percussionist. I'm a drummer, and we did that shit for like 11 years together, and just found this way to play with each other, even when I would take solos or something, I would be featured or he would be featured. It was always, it turned out to be us being featured, because
right.
we would find ways to play and finish each other's sentences, musically and stuff like that. And it got hip, it got hype. The audiences loved it, and actually it was fun. It was fun for us too.
Right.
And so one time, I know a couple times it happened, but one time in particular, I remember after a show, one of our fans were coming up. You know, you sign, you meet and greet and everything, and they were asking me, it's like, man, that thing you guys did, you know, on your solo, what's the name of that song? And I was like, yeah, it's coming out on our record. It's coming out on our record.
Yeah.
And it just became a joke. It became a joke, but then also we started dialoguing. Was like, man, we should probably do a BCD. You should do a record. So that first record in 2015?
Yeah.
2015.
2015. We were like, okay, yeah, maybe we should do a record together. And we did a BCD in the studio. We cloned ourselves and just like overdub a bunch of shit and it had a bunch of beats and stuff. And so, you know, it was just our project. We put it out and people wanted to hear us perform it. And I was just like, oh fuck.
I mean, it was a production.
It was just two of us.
We filmed it and everything. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
YouTube,
dope.
and it's like
it's dope.
with
Yeah.
the amazing camera angles. We had like a crane in the studio, and like overhead camera.
For the first one?
For the
Bruh,
first one, it was a
crazy.
production. It's the most money we've spent on a record.
It was crazy.
And we learned our lesson very quickly. That of course, goodbye money, goodbye. You know, but it was worth it because for us, like, it's something that to me, like, and actually, like, at the end of this year, we're about to re-release it on vinyl and
Nice.
and have. I think we get a feature on Record Store Day.
Yeah, it was like
Congrats.
Yeah, it was like I think when Red Cameras first.
Yeah, and so
getting introduced.
I'm
Oh,
excited.
yeah.
So I
Yeah,
was looking
yeah.
at the video again recently, and it's like I was like, man, like this is killing.
It's really
Like,
good.
The video we did, and you know, there's one of our brothers that passed away from the Snarky Puppy family. Sean Martin is featured on it, so like there's some emotional like family connection to this re-release of it, and you know, and I think. If you check out those videos, you'll see like, you know, the grit that you were talking about from like the punk scene.
Yeah.
And I know what you're talking about because I grew up with Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I
Beastie
toured
Boys.
with them.
Oh, really?
And like, and then also like the
Which is
grit.
another story.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went through like a punk era in my, you know, maybe my teenage years, early teenage years, and was a big punk fan of like NoFX and like and so what you were saying, like you just discovered Red Hot Chili Peppers. I just heard about maybe last year this punk band called the Minutemen.
Okay.
And it's another one of those punk bands that like many artists are influenced by. And they're called the Minutemen because most of their records are like the first few. Their songs were like under 1 minute. And if you listen to these songs, it's wild because there's an intro, a verse, a chorus, a bridge.
Oh, they're just getting to it.
And it is amazing.
Wow.
And it is so gritty and raw.
Yeah.
And it inspires me so much, like that kind of music that's very much like to the point. But then also like listening and growing up with like Beastie Boys and other things, like it's kind of a similar thing. Like you listen to that and it's raw. And the sound that they're getting when they're recording, you know, I think some of those records like Paul's Boutique, they like recorded themselves and like got in a room and like recorded it on like a 16 track, like old school shit, and you feel the vibe.
Yeah.
And like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, that record that I love, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, they rented a house and built a studio in a house and like were there for a couple of months or a month or something, and just it's raw, and they're like putting the kick drum in the entranceway with the giant stairs and that huge bass drum sound. And, you know, and that's the kind of shit that really I think inspires us too, is like we get in the studio and
Just we trying to come up with them kind of.
I mean, the records sound clean because Sput's such an amazing seasoned producer.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like if you hear like right when the band gets out of the first take and it's just the rhythm section recording together live. And if we ever release just those tracks without like the highly produced and stuff, like you'll hear that rawness, but then like what happens is we go back and layer upon layer, and then I get my hands on it and put like way too much percussion that like sounds like it's an orchestra. And then Sput goes in there and is like, you know, let's mute some of this stuff and clean to allow the space. But you know, the point is those records are like highly produced. And we want to give a sound that you can't hear live.
I hear you.
And it's that Prince method. You know, that Sput's also really inspired by is like he would make a show around a record, and you're not going to just hear that song like it is on the record.
Right.
It's a whole different arrangement. Right. And that's really what we're trying to do if you come see the show tonight. You know?
Do you feel the last of the dying breeds energy? Like, we've talked about instrumentation a lot so far in this episode. Do you hear, and you guys are probably so deep into musicality, you probably don't even notice. Do you see the disappearing of live sounds and live musicality? What? As my electronic music buddy is sitting here across from me, do you hear the disappearing of like...
Oh, yeah, for years. I mean, it's been going that way.
How does it make you feel? Do you feel endangered? Am I making you feel endangered?
I think it's just a funny question because anything, it's like with any topic, you can apply that like sort of global, like, oh, it's gonna, and in history it has, you know, like with internet and everything, how it's just changed the entertainment industry like completely.
100%.
I think I would concede to it if we stopped. If we stopped, then
Gotcha.
you know. But I kind of like being the only motherfuckers out here pushing that shit.
Yeah.
You know, because you see it growing. You see other people being like, okay, then like what was that? How many years ago? 5 years ago, Bruno Mars did it. Well, 5 or something years ago, he did. What's the name of the song?
Uptown Funk joint.
Uptown Funk.
Yeah.
It was a full live band, and everybody loved the shit out of it. And then he started the group with Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think though one of the reasons for this that you're talking about is, when it comes down to it, is the lack of funds and financial support and money.
Gotcha.
Because what Sput and I are doing, taking 9 people or like 9 of it, it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we've been a band for 10 years. We're celebrating 10 years this year. And we do this out of thank you. And we do this out of love.
Been in my relationship 10 years. That's great. Y'all been together longer than me and the lady of the house. That's crazy.
Well, the same with
that's
us.
That's just with this man.
Yeah, you know, and
We was in another band.
Yeah,
for another
Sniper
band.
Puppy,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Damn, 21.
Yes.
I mean, 10 years of this band, and we go around and do this, and we couldn't do it without these amazing guys that go with us that
Right.
are amazing musicians and are paid well in other groups and have great, you know, hospitality and their own hotel rooms and things. And we get in a van and share hotel rooms many nights. And it's just...
grown men.
It's grown men in a van
So you gotta love it.
keeping the music alive. Yeah, we gotta, and we do love it.
Yeah, you gotta love it. But I mean, you know, and to your point though, I mean, like being able to do it and seeing, I mean, the music heals and funk definitely heals because you can't, you know, you can't have an attitude and be sitting at a concert while we playing. It's
There's no way.
Someone can get a hold to you and you either gonna be at the bar or you gonna be at the dance floor dancing. So it's, I mean, like it's you know, so it kind of helps get people out of a funk,
Right.
You know,
Of course.
like you know, but at the same time, you know, it's not a familiar form of music today with the generation. You know, the new generations, they're not used to hearing it in their face like that. But if they give it a shot, they always end up falling in love with it,
Yeah.
and that's the beauty of it. When we see that, that's to me, that's the gratifying side of it. And if we're the only ones doing that, I'm okay with it because that means that, you know, we'll be in enough demand for people to want us to go play and push it. And, you know, when we see the OGs, they love us.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, they love us. It's like, thank you. I wish Prince and, you know, James Brown, I wish some of those guys were still alive, you know, around. Because if they, I wonder, you know, you always wonder what their approval would be if they saw us pushing what they inspired us to do. So
I think it's also like a problem with the whole, you know, what we were saying with like having a lot of musicians on stage. You rely on people to come out to the show and support the show, you know? And so a lot of these record labels, when they discover an artist that's a multi-instrumentalist and it's like, oh, you're going on tour, how many is it? And it's like, oh, it's a tour manager, 2 lighting engineers, a sound guy, and 3 people on stage. That's like oh, let's get behind this because the overhead is going to be so low.
Very true.
And we can make everyone feel comfortable very quickly. And then, they can focus on the music. And so like the incline to success is kind of a little bit quicker and with less struggle. Whereas like that's the US. And when we go to other places, like our biggest following to date with like ticket sales where it's just us playing a show is in Japan.
Yeah.
And you go over there and people support live music more. And also in Europe, when we go to Europe, we're
like
selling
Michael
out
Jackson.
shows.
Really? It's like that?
I've heard.
like people
Experience.
crying.
Yeah, like
At the show?
After the show, people are crying to meet us.
and
Stuff like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
so
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
the
people
US
say
is
that.
Say it's like Michael. We don't know that experience, but
You feel like that in Japan, is what you're saying.
oh yeah,
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there's bands in the U.S. that have a bigger production than us and are killing it.
Yeah.
I just think that it's about, because I don't think it's about the music anymore so much. It is a little bit, but it's about the production, and it's about having the opportunity, whether it's like an investor, to get behind you, so that like from the get-go, you're presenting this show that is full of production, because that's what people expect.
Right.
With like the pop artists, and when you go see an amazing show with crazy production and it feels like more than music, you kind of want that for your favorite artists. So for us, it's like we're just trying to do that, self-provide a production and get the guys behind us that believe in it and invest in it, and we've done that. And that's what this tour has been about. I think like we're seeing like the high successes of playing in these other countries and selling out 1,000, 1,500 capacity rooms, and then also playing festivals where we're playing for over 10,000 people.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then we come back to the U.S. and it's a very humbling experience because we get in a van and sometimes only 150, 200 people come out to the show. And we still bring it, and those people
we turn their ass up. They go back home.
Toe up.
But it makes us want it more, I think is what I'm trying to say. And when you see that, what it could be, and you get that little glimpse, it's like, we can't stop now. Let's keep going. Let's keep pushing this. And we're writing new music. And on stage, we're always keeping it fresh and fun, and it feels new. So like tonight, we're gonna do a little special thing.
Oh no!
Don't let the cat out.
We're in DC.
I know what that means. I already know.
I know what that means. I know what that means.
Bring my chopping shoes. That's what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that's what you're saying, man. Yeah, we gotta talk about that. So we ask this question almost every episode. Are y'all familiar with Go-Go?
Hell yeah.
That's probably
You know where the hell we are.
Of course.
that's some of my biggest inspiration on like the feel behind what I'm trying to create when I'm playing with Sput. Like it's that lane more than
together.
More than anything. It's a lot of that kind of swing to it.
Actually, Go-Go is
that was the bounce.
It's a big it's a big influence, and which is what makes the band like so unique. But because it's like you got all these influences, like usually a band, you can tell a band where a band comes from, but you can hear a lot in our band.
Yeah.
You can hear the influence of Go-Go. You can hear the influence of James Brown. You can hear the influence of Tower of Power. You can hear the influence of Prince. You can hear the influence of Earth, Wind, and Fire. All Sly and the Family Stone, the Gap Band, Parliament, Snoop Dogg, like Jay Dilla.
Of course.
You can you can literally hear all of those in some cases in one song. Like
Wow.
like there's literally a song that we do called Mustard and Onions, was titled track. You hear all of that in one song.
Yeah.
Church.
It's a journey.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a journey. But so I mean, like the influence of Go-Go is heavy on us, and we're very careful. And so when we come here, this will be the first time that we've come here, and we're gonna include like Go-Go in the set. Like I don't want to let too much out, but like we got some heavyweights coming through.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's exciting.
It's gonna be a hang. Yeah.
We try and do that in different places we go. Whether it's like a phenomenal up and coming musician, like a young musician.
Yeah.
Spud is really good at especially that, like supporting the the music community and the growth of
Got to.
with when
Next
you see
generation.
the next gen, when you see one of them playing and keeping the tradition alive, you want to make sure that they stay with it and reach out and support them and or we'll roll through and some legend will surprise us on the group text like, hey guys, guess what? Guess who's coming through tonight?
All right.
Man.
If you could, speaking of the next generation, as I'm hearing you guys talk, I've seen you featured some artists before. Let me even ask you this before. So I heard you talk about the difference of reception in the U.S. versus outside of the States. Do you want the U.S. market to match that? I know, kind of on the business side, but artistically, do you want more U.S. fans having more input and more access to you guys?
I mean, it would be nice. I mean, it'd be nice for it to become a category in the awards again.
Yeah.
It'd be nice for it to be on the radio again in rotation. I mean, but essentially it's not just funk, just live music,
Agreed.
live instrumentation, not getting stuck. I mean, there's evolvement, right? Which it includes everything in my eyes. I see it don't do away with it.
Right.
Just include the new thing with what's going on, and I mean, so that it all can exist because. I mean, what are we gonna have gifts for if we can't use them?
Right.
Why with all these talents? Some people can't sing, so that's not a thing. But some people can play really well, and they're not jazz musicians.
Right.
So where's the category? You know what I'm saying? It's if we could still have art and use it and it be accepted in mainstream, that would be dope. Other than that,
Okay,
it's
so then
still cool to go overseas,
Yeah, of course.
and have the love.
I'd love to be in Japan.
Yeah,
all the time, to be
yeah.
honest with you. So then
It's
the second
Europe
half
in general.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even Australia, we've been there a couple of times, and it's amazing.
Japan is our biggest fan base up to date, but in Europe they go crazy over us. In Paris and where is
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Amsterdam. Where did we just come? Ireland.
I mean, London. We do.
No. Where did we just play for the first time? Irish. Dublin. We went to
Dublin.
Okay.
Dublin.
Yeah, they went
Yeah.
crazy over there.
Okay.
No, Butcher Brown said
we
around
played
the same
that
thing. Yeah.
Sugar Club.
Yeah, they were crazy.
Well, it's funny because
Talking shit and drinking whiskey and all.
we've
Fuck
been
it.
to so many venues around the world. We've been fortunate because when we did all those years with Snarky Puppy together, it was like we were playing sometimes almost 200 shows a year. And so the amount of venues that we've seen, and so some places we show up to with Ghost Note now, we're like, you remember this?
Yeah.
It was Snarky Puppy when we crammed and there was a line down the block, and some of those shows are more memorable than playing to 16,000 people or whatnot.
Of course.
Because it feels so personal, and those people are like the real fans that are talking about us, streaming us, and buying the albums.
The super
and,
fans,
the super fans are really what makes an artist like us be able to do what we do. It's that 5% of our listeners.
Yeah.
Right.
There's such oversaturation with music right now.
Yeah.
So the super fans are very important. You guys kind of touched on this already, but a big question I have is you've been in a band for 10 years. How do you keep a band together for 10 years? There are people who can't even keep a band together for 2 years. Is there any tips or just things that you've No, for real.
You know what I'd say? It's a lot. That's a really loaded answer. But the first thing I would say is that you got to keep. I mean, the music, whatever they're doing, has to be fun enough for them. They have to be growing and wanting to learn as much as they can learn from the situation, and it has to be providing that. And
For the musicians on stage.
for the musicians, for the people that are going to dedicate their time to your product,
Yeah.
you got to make sure that they're having a good time, and it has to be fun, or they have to like it, And I think our band, first of all, it's an experience that they're not going to have anywhere else, no matter what they're doing. They all play for A-list artists, pop artists here and there, or whatever. But
That's different.
They're not gonna have that. They're not gonna have this experience going anywhere. And so when they come back, you know, this is what helps all of that, you know, and the goal would be to make sure financially,
Yeah,
it
of course.
makes sense. Like,
Yeah, of course.
but the fact that they keep coming back means that we're doing the right thing. We pushing, and it's kind of like a nice boot camp that everybody loves to come
Yeah,
back
you
to.
come on tour and you get your ass kicked by the other musicians on stage. It's true,
Yeah.
and you know, or if you're kind of in a funk or something in life or whatever, you come around and it's a big enough band to where there's enough people that are experiencing like highs rather than lows that it can help. It can help pull
It's a
you out of
family,
that.
yeah.
It's a family vibe.
That's
and,
deep.
You know, you got 8 guys on stage. Think about it. There's bound to be 3 of them that have gotten some good news lately.
Yeah, true.
I'm waiting on somebody to do the reality show of following a band around, because you don't have to script that.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just,
real.
it is.
Yeah, that's some good TV.
It would be hilarious.
Yeah,
No,
that'd
that
be
would
some
be
good
good.
TV.
To follow us. We are definitely a group of characters, which also, you know, you hear in the music. I think that's the thing. But 10 years, I think, like Sput said, keeping the music inspiring for everyone on stage.
Yeah, keeping it, yeah.
And also, though, it's one of the things we do. Like, 'cause sometimes, like, for instance, you got to support each other.
Relationship,
And one of our bass players, our second bass player in the band, Mono Neon, he started writing so much music and getting these opportunities to play big shows. And he came to us and was like, I want to push my own thing, and it's going to require me to not be able to say yes to a tour you're offering me 3 months from now. And that makes sense, right? Because he's got his own agency, and and he really wants to grow himself as a frontman, and he's done that.
He has
and
done
so
that.
we support that kind of thing. So when we look for who's gonna not really replace, but who's gonna come in now,
fill in.
that chair, the first thing we think about is the vibe.
Very true.
And so keeping a band together for 10 years, it's like you're essentially building a friendship and a family first. And also it's a very small, tight, you know, narrow choice. Like who can we get? Because there's that. And then it's who's able to play the way we play,
Right.
and understand the language of the band and the style of music. So, you know, that right there is like it's not like, oh, we can think of 20 people. It's you end up thinking like, oh, well, there's one guy or 3 guys that we could call.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so that keeps a band together too. It's kind of built in.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we also touched on funk and, you know, that style of music kind of being a little, maybe I wouldn't say inaccessible to some of the younger people, but with our conversations with, you know, some of the members of Butcher Brown, we touched on jam bands and that kind of cycling into the style of music that, you know, they're making and those crowds. Do you think that, you know, different genres that kind of touch funk are going to bring that together over time? Because I really do think that some of the jam band stuff is pretty accessible to young people. It's played out at festivals, and it can trickle down, you know?
Trickle down.
Yeah, I feel confident, and especially with artists like Anderson .Paak, you know, it's getting there. But I definitely do see a future for funk and, you know, young people listening to more. It's getting there. Yeah, it's
And I kind of want to ask these guys, like, is there like a no budget? Would there be like an artist that you could think of that'd be like, oh, this person could help exaggerate this return to the Grammys or to return to like funk and live music as a legitimate choice?
Like if we were like the band for an artist and we did a record like Ghost Note and this artist.
Yeah.
I mean, there's many. We have like a list and ideas, and we write music thinking about artists sometimes.
Really?
And I mean,
Who's the most
we've
absurd?
done that. But, you know, the problem is, though, too, is if you think about those dream big artists that have millions of followers, and they're all backed by like record contracts that make it so it's not allowed. It's you can't. They just can't do it because
Really?
Yeah, they're bound by contract to like if they're going to be a feature on something. Essentially, what we would be doing is forfeiting all of our rights to that artist and like writing music for that artist, or it would be very difficult for us to do a collab. Like, and the interesting thing is like Anderson .Paak has done it, right?
Yeah.
With the Nationals.
Yeah,
Right.
Free Nationals.
And the Free Nationals, but they've done it in a way where the Free Nationals are great and they tour and they've seen
They
like
do their own thing,
a big jump from that that experience.
Right.
You know, and Anderson, he does a good job calling them out and giving them
100%.
the credit that they
but
deserve.
Like he said, it's the band of an artist,
Right.
which is different. And then now they're their own band,
Right.
But us collabing with somebody, I mean, like, there's so many artists, man. Like, first of all, I can see us doing something with Ty Dolla $ign.
Oh yeah.
That'd be
He's
dope.
like all about it, but people don't really know that side of him. Mm-hmm.
No.
People don't really know that, like, he's a musician, and like, because he's so gifted and talented in what he's doing. He's a rapper. He's a singer. All
Right.
of that stuff. But man, like, he would be a perfect guy.
Mystical.
Mystical. We talked about Mystical.
Oh, I'm serious. though.
Mystical is like the new. He would
He's the
be
James
like
Brown.
James Brown.
Yeah,
It would
yeah.
be
I've been saying that since I heard it
Yeah.
the first time. This is
Very
James
good,
Brown.
this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I've had so many daydreams about that shit. But let's stay out of jail, bro.
He can't.
Q-Tip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Q-Tip.
Because he's reinventing.
You've worked with
his
Q-Tip
stuff.
before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Both of us have.
he's definitely been on some of the records.
Yeah, he's working on a record right now, and he's been working. I'm excited for that. But yeah,
I've played some shows with him, and Mono has worked with him. Mono,
and he's come out to see. He's a Ghost Note fan.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so
Nice.
like that's the thing is like it's not too far out of reach, but in the end, it's like getting the people behind the artist to agree
Yeah.
on something,
Oh man.
which kind of gets in the way, right? It's like
does.
Yeah.
if we could just
But I mean,
We
to
just
be fair,
create.
they looking for the dollar sign and everything, and
Yeah.
the industry has just changed. The dollar sign is in numbers, a popularity and stuff like that. That's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for enough people to see it and hear it
Right.
and like it. So
Yeah.
But there's many. I mean, that's just a few. I mean,
yeah, it's just.
I mean, that's just enough to tease me. Like I would
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
Mystical in front of y'all with y'all. What?
I'm telling you.
Man, 27 years when he get out, that's going to be great.
Last
We almost had him.
question.
He was out.
I think we got right. Yeah. What have y'all been listening to? Like,
Yeah, what do you listen to
I
on the
mean,
road?
Yeah.
I'm a little different because I have a very
is.
interesting. I've had like a kind of a life.
He's found love.
I left in the U.S. at the beginning of this year.
Okay.
And for a better quality of life, and so I'm in.
Oh, you're
Spain.
gone.
I'm in Spain now.
oh wow,
And
that
so-
sounds nice.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. And also the element of percussion and sort of falling back in love with the first side and genre of percussion that really inspired me, which is like all the cultures of like Latin America and all the music and the rhythms and it's so cool to like sort of put a pause on searching for new bands and upcoming bands for like almost 10 or 15 years.
Right.
Just let
And
it
then
flow.
just getting dropped back in and all this amazing music. So all throughout one band, they are amazing. They're like the modern day Los Banvan, which are like the legendary artists from Cuba. Like that is gonna, it's like that. It's like amazing music, man, with so much energy and the rhythm, which is like what reminds me of kind of the unit. Like Sput and I, we create this force of rhythm and drums and percussion. And in these kind of bands, it's like the same, but it's even more because it's like a conguero, a timbale player, and a bongocero, and then like singers who are playing like güiro. So it's like the force of rhythm behind it. But they're called Compote de Manana.
Okay, Compote de Manana.
And it's blowing my mind. But like their record that just came out in March is unbelievable.
Okay.
And so that's what I've been on lately.
Okay.
Okay.
I like this guy named Ricky Express.
Okay.
He was featured on this record, and it led me to this hip hop
Yeah.
artist
Down a
called
rabbit hole.
Timbuktu.
Yeah. Okay.
Where he's like he's rapping in French, bro. But it's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah,
I
I
don't even
feel
know
you.
what the motherfucker. I don't even know. What
No,
he's
I've been
saying.
put on some French rappers
But it's
before.
crazy, like the way he doing his cadences.
Mm-hmm.
Cadences.
It's like you can't understand what he's saying, but you feel it. Like you
I feel like I
resonate
know what
with
he's
it.
saying.
Yeah.
You know, I feel it.
Say
I feel it. But but I was introduced to him through a collaboration with Ricky Express, who I actually like. I like Ricky Express, Jaguar Son. I'm listening to new like that stuff I wasn't hip to. That's in my playlist now, and a couple and whoever's connected to that, you know how it sends you to all these playlists and stuff. So I've been having a good time, exploring all this new music that you never know it's out there until you get hip.
Right. No, I love music discovery. Thanks for listening, y'all. If you get a chance to subscribe, like, download, and follow, we really appreciate it. You can find us on Instagram at TheReUp, ODCAST. You can also find us on Patreon for exclusive content. New episodes every other Thursday. Thanks for your trust. Appreciate y'all.